This is why Overwatch sucks. We're gonna start with the heroes first, and then we're gonna go down to gameplay decisions, and then other things.
Alright, I
Ana,
like that.
uh, as of right now, I think Ana is okay.
Yeah.
She really doesn't have anything wrong with her. I think her nano boost is super good. It's not as good as it used to be. I'm okay with the heal though, like the fact that it gives
The fact that
healing.
they have piercing heals now as well. Ana's better than she
Hmm.
was, but at the same time, I still
She
don't think
when she
she
got released, she
really.
was dumb broken, like she broke the game,
Well,
but
yeah,
she
when she
also
broke the
sucked.
game, obviously, but yeah, there for a little while. That's why the.
Bastion is just Bastion. Like I don't really know
I
what you
mean, I
want me
would
to
say
say about
Bastion's in a good
Bastion.
spot right now. Bastion's balanced. You can counter him if you know what you're doing. Now we get to the
Yeah, Bastion
meaty
isn't like
stuff, okay?
okay.
Brigitte
Brigitte.
is.
Before I say that she gets deleted, because she needs to get
She
deleted.
needs to be
Fact,
gone.
fiction. There should be no reason why this character should be able to heal her entire team, shield her entire team with her alternate armor, shield herself, duel any flanker in the game. She can. I can confidently say she can beat 75% of this cast,
Oh, well, yeah,
maybe
100%.
80.
100%. Okay, my problem with Brigitte is the fact that she can 1v1 a Diva, she can 1v1 a Hog, she can 1v1 Genji, and her main problem is not the fact that she can 1v1 those tanks. Her main problem is the fact that as a healer, you should not be able to shut down a flanker. If I am playing Genji, if I am playing Tracer, you should not be able to hit me in a one hit combo and or get me down to 50 health all because you
You
have a
hit me with a
shield
stun. You
bash,
hit
you
me
hit
with
me
a
with a
stun.
stun,
Yeah.
R2 L1 combo, one hits a Tracer, and gets Genji down to 50
Yeah,
health.
there's no counterplay. There is
Yeah, you.
legitimately no counterplay to that. If you get stunned, you're dead. You cannot recall, you cannot shoot, you cannot pulse bomb, you are dead.
And that's the whole problem. As a
And
support,
that's
the
annoying.
whole point of flankers is to get behind their team and potentially kill the support, damage support, distract their team in some sort of way where they focus
She
on you.
completely
But if
negates
you
all of that.
have
She
Brigitte
negates
on
all of
your
that.
team and she stays back and watches the flanks while subsequently healing your teammates,
You
then
actually can't play flankers.
you cannot play. You
You're
have
gonna
to
have to
play
switch to hit
frontline
scans.
damage, McCree,
Yeah.
Soldier, Junk, something that spams. You cannot play flankers because she counters him so hard. And as a healer, the target that I am supposed to be focusing as a flanker, the fact that she can so easily, and even if I'm like, even if she doesn't, okay, take for example, she misses her stun on me, right? Better situation,
Hmm.
but she hits me, maybe she slaps me really far away. Then her team is able to come back and get more into the fight. But if you look at the fundamentals of it,
It's not okay. It's like
okay,
healers like what Ana has is really good because okay, she has a sleep
okay,
dart. It prevents the flankers from doing their job, right? And it negates what they're doing, but she can't duel them. Now, obviously,
no,
she has the combo, but that means that Tracer and Genji still have a chance of getting up and trying to fight. Brigitte can actually shut them down, and
and
that's
go,
not
yeah,
okay. That's not fun to play against. It's not good game design, and it's not balanced at all.
and then
Her
going back to my
ultimate's
example
way too good.
before, like
Yeah.
even if she misses her stun, even if she misses her like chain throw with her head to knock you back, you could hit, let's say, okay, take the average accuracy of a Tracer. Let's say above average. Let's say you're top 500, all right? You
Mm-hmm.
got maybe 40 to 45% accuracy, and that's if you're really fucking good, right? That's like hella
Yeah.
good. You hit 40% of your shots,
Yeah, it's really good.
but as a Brigade, I can shield and block you from whatever direction you are. And I'm a top 500 Brigade, so I'm not boosted Brigade, top 500, okay? I'm going to know to
Yes,
block you,
yeah.
when to block. I'm going to know what to do, how to counter a Tracer.
You can
It's
you
really
might
not
be
that hard.
actually be able
And
to
then if you
predict
can get
the
close to the
blink that she
Tracer and
does.
just spam your right triggers, the Tracer cannot do anything because you cannot melt your shield fast enough. And keep in
You
mind
don't
that
do
your team is
Genji nor
going to
Tracer
fall
do the
back.
enough damage
No, like you could be
to
hitting,
kill her.
yeah, you could be hitting 30% of your shurinkens on her, which is like average for 30 to
Mm-hmm.
35.
Yeah, yeah,
And
30,
and
33.
if she's just slapping you with her range, her wide hits,
She's out healing more
she's
damage
out
than
heal.
you're
Yeah, she's
dealing.
gonna be out healing your damage. You cannot kill her, and that's why she's so broken. Is because of her counter to flankers and the fact that she is a healer. And not
Yeah.
only
On top of that, she's
let's
literally a
get off
DPS
of
that
let's get
heals.
off of the flanker. We have expressed our distaste with that.
Yeah, because I
Now her
mainly do
alt
so.
gives you a speed boost, constant armor production to you and anyone in your aura. It is a, I would compare it to a opposite of a breakdown. You ult and the armor comes back, what is it, by 25s or 15s? Anyway, besides the point, it goes
You mean
fast.
reduces?
Okay, the armor increases on you
Doesn't.
very quickly. And
Yeah, but it doesn't go away.
no, it doesn't go away. I would compare it to like the opposite of a sound barrier though.
Okay.
And I can confidently say that if you hear that alt pop, you pretty much run away, cause
You lost the team fight. There's
yeah,
no way
you
you win
did
that team
already,
fight.
cause they're all getting armor. It stays there. It doesn't go away. Brigitte is speed boosting, slapping 4 people at once, getting ridiculous amount of heals to her and everyone around her.
Yeah, she's constantly healing all of them with her other
Constantly.
healer, which is probably like Mercy or something.
Yeah, or Lucio for that matter. I mean, you get the extra
No, not
speed
Mercy.
boost.
That'd be a terrible. Moira, maybe.
Yeah, Moria.
Which is even
But
worse.
yeah. Anyway, but you get that going. You cannot kill their team. The best thing you can do is either everyone on your team wipe and die, or back up, run away. Nine
Yeah,
times out of
it.
10,
You
I
go.
wouldn't
You
say nine.
cannot.
I would say 70% of the time, maybe 80, probably 80% of the time, you are going to lose that team fight. Now, if you get an early pick
It's
on her, you
stupid.
get lucky. She doesn't know what she's doing. She pulls a dumbass move, doesn't put her shield up. Sorry. Okay. She does not put her
Brigitte is
shield
just
up.
a bad character in general.
Then that's it. If she doesn't put her shield up, you something happens and she just pulls a bad move and you kill her immediately, you might win that team fight. You will win that team fight. But 9 times out of 10, if you're facing a top 500 Brigitte, she's not going to do that. She knows how to play the character, or he, whatever. He or she knows how to play the character, understands the fundamentals of her, and how to use her to her full potential, which is ultimately way too high.
Yeah, Brigitte, garbage. Diva's okay. Diva's
Diva's
alright.
in a really balanced
Diva's
spot.
in a good spot.
Doomfist,
Doomfist, while I do hate the fact that he can one
one
hit
shot.
people,
He
I
is
will credit
balanced.
good Doomfists because
Yeah.
he has so much reward for playing him at such a high skill. I just don't like the fact that he can hit you and then one hit you, like hit you and then you get knocked. If you're 200 HP, boom, you're dead. And the range is too big. Like from the range of him starting somewhere, hitting you, making contact, and then you getting launched, you're prone. You're bound to hit a wall. You're bound to hit something.
The only reason I would say Doomfist is in a good spot because if you want to learn Doomfist, he's a fantastic character, but I would go to say he is one of the hardest characters to play on a high level because we're taking everything from a
Mm-hmm.
top 500 standpoint,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I think
If
his ult
you,
sucks. I really do.
I think his ult's pretty garbage unless paired with a Zarya ult, putting everyone in one spot. You can
Mm-hmm.
usually get like a Zen pick or an Ana pick off of it, but mainly you use his ult to get out of sticky situations and just regroup back with your team. Now, Doomfist, if you learn the rollouts, if you understand him, let's take Brandito for an example. Brandito is a fantastic Doomfist. I
Oh
think
yeah, I
I
love
don't
watching that
think
shit.
that we should take away what Doomfist has because he has such a high skill cap. If you play top
Yeah, yeah,
500
yeah, yeah.
Doomfist and you are not ridiculously fucking good with him, know all the rollouts, and can just do amazing things with him, you're not going to be playing, you're going to be throwing the game. And that's just the bottom line. That's the only reason I think Doomfist is in a fantastic spot. If
I
you
think Doomfist is a good.
if you
He's
look at
he's the
him,
embodiment of a good character.
if you look at him in a gold rank though, he's broken.
Then he becomes more of like a pub stompy because of the
Yeah,
one shot and nobody
because
knows how to
the
deal
one
with him
shot, no
and
one
his
knows what to
constant
do,
shield.
and this is why this is one of the main problems
People
with Overwatch,
complain.
but we will discuss that later when we get to other characters. Alright, let's continue. Genji,
Genji
probably
perfectly
one of the most
balanced.
balanced characters ever in the game.
That you're gonna call me biased because not you, but like people are gonna call me biased
People are
because
gonna call you
I
biased.
literally
Well, I
devote my
mean, I have
devoted
a
all of my
lot.
time
Listen,
to
I have a
this
lot of
character.
Genji in this character, but let's look at the fundamentals. He has a dash reset, right? He has
Yes, and that's
projectiles.
essential.
Okay, yes. If there was no dash reset, Genji would be a useless character. You could
Garbage,
not play
completely
him.
garbage.
He would
I
be
would argue to
garbage.
say to bring his bleed back, but it's whatever.
Well, they could. It would make him better, but at the same time, I think he's in a good spot. I think that if they just left him how he is,
Mm,
it's fine. Now,
doesn't need to be touched.
his fan is really good at close range, but at the same time, you would only use it at close range because of the fact that of the projectiles of your shurikens.
Mm,
Now, if you're really good at
yeah.
Genji, that's you. Dragon Blade, 6 seconds. I would go to say the 8 second Dragon Blade was more balanced, but I think he's in a good spot. I think they should leave him how he is. No nerfs, no buffs.
Yeah,
Let's
they
continue
don't
on.
need to touch Genji ever again.
No, Genji
Because
is
Genji,
fine.
I think, has the potential to do the most amount of damage out of every,
He
not like
does.
damage as in individual, like damage as actual damage, but the most amount of like team disruption of like you have to
Yes,
worry about this
Genji,
dude,
yeah, because,
and
okay, take
out of
take for
every other
example,
character.
they're holding a choke, they're standing still behind a Rhine Barrier. Rhine Barrier breaks, I throw 3 shurikens, and I can aim. I have 160 hours on this character, and I hit 3 headshots, and I dash through all of them. That's 40% of my ult right there. And then let's say the person in the back is low. Swipe, do your triple shurikens,
Not
you get
even,
a
they don't even have to be low. It's just
they
the
pretty
swipe
don't.
alone on a 200 HP hero, 50 health, you blade, boom swipe. That's a dash reset right there. Boom swipe, another dash reset. Boom swipe, another dash reset. They don't know where you're going at that
And
point. You're
that's
all
the
over the
fundamentals
place.
of Genji. He is literally a ninja, and he's played exactly like one. Alright, but let's
Genji doesn't
continue
need to be
on.
nerfed.
Genji does not need to be nerfed. Does not need to be
Doesn't really need to be
buffed.
buffed either.
Not really. He's in a good spot. Now let's look at Hanzo. Hanzo for a little
Hanzo,
while was a little bit overpowered. I would say now he is in a decent
I
spot. I think honestly they need to bring back the scatter arrows.
yeah,
I feel like
I prefer Scatter better.
with the storm arrows, they're good, but I think they give him too much in the toolkit. Now, of course, scatter arrows annoying as shit. Don't get me wrong. They were really
But if you
annoying.
get picked by it, you're out of position.
Yeah,
You were in a
it
spot where
is
he could abuse your surroundings.
it is your fault if you get it. And you know, say Hanzo gets a good flank, well that's him as well. That's a good play on his part. But the storm arrow with its fast reset, he is literally, if you can hit your shots, is a tank buster, which
Mhm.
he okay, in a pick comp is when you play Widow Hanzo on offense.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
in
yeah.
this comp, you play completely off picks. You get a pick, and then you have to keep getting
You switch and then
solo
you go.
picks by hitting headshots with Widow, headshots with Hanzo, bodies, you know what I'm saying, with the rest of your team, throwing fire strikes,
Yeah.
Zarya balls, whatever. Now, this perfectly explains what Hanzo should be best at, is picking off heroes, not busting down tanks and
Yeah, you don't pick.
what he
Oh, we need
does
a
now.
tank buster. Let's not get McCree. Let's pick Hanzo.
Let's pick Hanzo.
No, you
Yeah,
don't do
no.
that.
So, ultimately, I think they should bring back the Scatter Arrow, although it was annoying. I think it's more balanced than the Storm Arrow. Sonic
If
Arrow,
you're in a
perfectly fine. And other than that,
if
I
you're in
do
a
like
spot where
the...
Hanzo can hit you in the feet, then you're just out of position. Obviously, if Hanzo can hit all of his arrows into your feet, you're making a mistake.
Yes. Alright, now, I'm going to continue on.
Junkrat,
Junkrat, we can talk about some of him. He's not really widely thought as broken, but let's just break
he
down what
can
he's
be
got.
annoying.
Let's break down what he's got here. He has 2 concussion mines, neither
Yes,
on a recharge. You can throw one, blow, throw one, blow. All right, counters
that's not
Genji,
okay.
so hard, purely based off the fact that he has 2 concussion mines. His trap is balanced. Don't change it. I think if they want to give him 2 concussion mines, that's fine. Give him a 3 second cooldown to 4 second cooldown before he can throw the other one. And then of course keep I think it's an 11 second cooldown on actually getting it back. Now, his Riptire, I would
Pretty garbage.
I would go to say it's pretty bad right now. They could buff the health a little bit and keep the speed the same. Don't have it like it was where
It's
it could
just not good
fly in
against
the
good
air.
players.
No, if you have a good player, the Riptire is gonna be completely useless at the moment. I would say increase its health by 1.5 and
Yeah.
potentially even 2. I think that would make the alt better and more useful. Because I mean, as with the Riptire, I think that you should be guaranteed at least 1 pick, right? I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
If of course you can maneuver it correctly and you use it correctly. Now, if you just fucking roll it straight through middle map, your fault. That Riptire should not get a pick. But I mean, if you maneuver it correctly, you hide it, you kind of make it sneak up on people. Well, there you go. That's good. I shouldn't have someone whip around and one-shot it, you know? And I think that's really the only thing. Either take away the 2 concussion mines and give him one with a lower cooldown, or put a cooldown between when you can throw them. Because if you okay, trap, mine, kill. Grenade, mine, kill. Junkrat has the potential for probably the most damage output in the game.
Hmm.
To an
Obviously,
extent.
with the 120 grenade and then the 120 trap up close, does it do 120?
It
Not trap,
does. Trap
mine.
does. Yeah, mine does 120, I think.
Yeah. that shouldn't be okay. That shouldn't be a thing. And the fact that before they nerfed it now, like they nerfed it now, but on release they actually put him on the live server with two 120 traps that didn't lose damage fall off and his grenades. Like they thought that was okay. They put that out and said, "All right, there you go. There's Junkrat." That's what is going through your mind there? Like, come on now.
Alright, I'm gonna move
I
on to
don't.
Lucio.
I don't.
I don't think,
Okay.
let's not express our disdain. I just want to talk about the characters in general. Lucio,
Okay.
balanced, I would say, honestly. I don't like the change that they made where he can chain wall rides around corners. I think that makes him fundamentally a worse hero. Um, in my opinion, I feel like they should take him back. But other than that, he's still pretty
He's
balanced.
okay.
He's not very useful in this meta because of the Brigitte Mora, but that's only because of the characters that were added in. McCree, ooh, do I have some things to say
Buff
about you?
flashbang. Flash. Well,
Okay, yeah, buff. I would
buff
say
flashbang.
buff flashbang. Don't give him two. Just buff the. I would say buff the time a little bit that they're
Because
stunned.
he can't be a counter to flankers if he misses it, which both flankers can dodge out of the way of, or at
Either
least have
that.
some. They have some ability to get them out of
What
that.
I
And
would
if he
say,
misses the shot, he's not gonna kill him.
what I would say is give him two flashbangs, make a 5 second cooldown before you can use them. Make a flashbang, 5 seconds, throw another flashbang, and then put them both on a cooldown of like 10 seconds. That should be enough punishment that if he misses those flashbangs and those headshots, that flanker should be able to kill him because that is his own fault. Now let's talk about the
Or
drop
make
off
it
range. Or you, go ahead, Gib.
Oh, I was gonna say, or make it if he throws one flashbang, he can't flashbang the same target within a certain amount of time. That way, that prevents double flashing and keeping people stunned permanently.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't want to add in an insta lock.
yeah.
And then let's go to his drop off range. Although I honestly, I kind of think the drop off range on McCree was needed. I like the change, but I don't. I feel like it definitely needs a little bit of a nerf. I think it needed to be more than what it was originally, but at the same time, I think they extended it too much. I think meet in the middle, some halfway. I feel like as McCree, if there was a Pharah and she just played
You should be able
far
to kill
away,
her.
you could not kill her. You could hit 4 shots on her in a
Yeah.
row, and you would take away half her health if she was far enough away and played like a smart Pharah. Now, I do think that it should have been buffed, but I think what they buffed it was a little bit much, and I wouldn't say it's insanely broken, but I would say that it is a little bit overpowered. Just a tad. Not something that is detrimental to the game, but something that I agree does need to change. Oh my god, May. Gabe, do you wanna start off on
See,
May?
here's the thing. Here's the thing about May and me. Me, I don't think May's a terrible character. I honestly don't think she was ever in a really bad spot, and I don't think
May's in a
that she was
broken
ever in any
spot right now,
good
Gabe.
spot. How? Explain.
May, okay,
I would
so
say she didn't need the extra boost on her freeze. That
that's
was pretty dumb, but
that's
that's about
that
it.
that's I would say May was in a fine spot before now. The main point of May was high headshot damage, hit your shots. It is a projectile, so it is going to reward you more for a well placed shot, especially in moving
Hmm.
targets. So, and something that I don't think she needed was the piercing freeze. I
Yeah.
don't I don't think it's a huge problem.
Yeah, that doesn't need to be a thing.
I don't think it's a massive problem, but I do think it needs to be reverted. I think if let's just take for example, you get a Zarya bubble, a Rhine shield breaks, and you just hold right trigger and you freeze two people. That is,
Hmm.
if your team is good, top 500, you two free kills
Yes.
immediately. Because a frozen target cannot defend themselves. There's no worries about going in and just killing them. Now, of course, the other team has Zaryas and things like this, and other deterrents to you killing them, but it still gives the opportunity. Now, if you want to give the opportunity to
Yeah.
one,
Very true.
if you want to give the opportunity to one player that May wants to focus down, May has to go through the thought process of who should I focus down first, who is nearest to me, and why would I focus this character down over this character? Now, as a May,
Hmm.
if you're gonna freeze someone, you want to look at what they fundamentally do to the team. A Reinhardt blocks the team from damage. If they want to freeze a Reinhardt, get a free kill on the Reinhardt, that's a fantastic pick. But the fact that Mei can pierce, freeze a Reinhardt, and potentially another tank or a DPS, and not only picks that Reinhardt tank, because now there is not as much thought process that goes through of who do I want to freeze. It's more or less I should freeze. I'm just gonna hold the right trigger, and I'm gonna freeze as many people as I can because I know they're all behind this Reinhardt, this Orisa, whatever, etc.
Whoever. Yeah.
Examples. Whoever is in front, it does not matter who's behind. You always want to freeze the person in front for the maximum chance of freezing the most amount of people, and That's why that is such a problem with Mei. All right, let's. Do you have anything else to add, Gabe? We can move on to
No,
Mercy.
I would just say that the freezing thing didn't need to be a thing. She was fine the way she was because um, it's too much to escape. Like it's almost a death sentence if you get frozen by May now at this point, because it's like
Yeah, you're
before it was
done.
annoying, but you could at least like escape even a slightest bit. But this like if you get frozen and you even get around a corner, you're still dead. Mercy, monstrosity. Revert her back to the old Mercy.
Oh my God,
She's
yes.
way too annoying right now.
The whole
I
problem
don't
with
care if
the whole problem with the Valkyrie ult is the fact that the matter that you have to run a hit scan.
you
Widow,
can't.
Soldier,
Yeah,
McCree.
you
If
can't
you are
focus
not
her.
running a hit scan and they have a Mercy and she ults, it is a
You
free win.
lost.
Free win. Free team fight win.
Lost again.
Depending on, I mean, their teammates could be, from a top 500 standpoint, free win.
Mm-hmm. Because
Now,
it's
the
either you
five,
focus her and try to
yeah.
kill her with her 1 second healing that comes back, or you not focus on the current fight that's going on and you get picked by someone on the ground.
And now here's why I understand the 5-man reses were annoying as shit. It was the worst feeling when you had a badass Dragon Blade, good Zarya combo, you killed all 5 of them, Mercy flies in from hiding, and reses. But that is your team's fault.
That can be prevented too.
That
Like you
can
hook
be
her,
prevented.
you
You
go
hook,
out, kill her. You use one ult to wipe the team, and then you save the good ult for the mercy res. Boom, there you go.
yeah, it was counterable, but this is counter. Okay, the old ult was counterable by a multitude of heroes. This ult is counterable by
By like two.
McCree, Soldier, Widow, and maybe a good Hanzo because of his
Oh, okay,
projectile
yeah.
buff. Now, I agree with Gabe. Go back to the old Mercy. I think she was more balanced. Okay.
She was pronounced that way. Moira's okay. I don't hate her. She was annoying when she came out, but that's
Yeah,
just
but I
whatever.
mean, people learned how to deal with her. I think Moira's in a good spot. They made the tracking worse,
I
so I agree with that buff or that nerf. Whenever she first came out, her tracking was insane. And
I hated it. I
Moira's
absolutely
a
hated it.
character that, as a flanker, you can still beat. She does not outheal your damage if you
You
hit your
just have to
shots. You have
play
to hit her.
smart.
Yeah, you have to hit her. You have to play at range. You can't. You just can't be dumb about it. And from a top
You
500
have to know when to
standpoint,
go in and then when to,
yeah, if she dashes
not
away and she's half health, go in. But if she's full
follow it.
health, has a dash,
Has
don't
her
you
healing orb,
cannot.
just don't even
Yeah,
try
don't
it.
even try it because you're not gonna win that fight. And honestly, I think that's okay because she isn't so broken that she completely counters you, but it's also not a character that you can just go in there willy-nilly and not give a shit about.
Yeah.
So I think more is okay, honestly. I know it's not really, I know it's a controversial opinion, but I think so. Now, I honestly don't know much about Arisa Gabe, so you can put your 2 cents in it if you,
Uh, Arissa, I understand she's a main tank shield hero,
yeah.
but Arissa should not have a shield where if you destroy it, she has another one right up right then. That shouldn't
I
be a thing.
completely agree because I feel like that makes
She has
Reinhardt
like what how much health does it
extremely
have?
obsolete.
900?
900, yep.
900? 900, it's got like a 6 second cooldown. I
I
don't
think it's a
know,
9
8
second.
maybe. 9 second cooldown. By the time you destroy that thing, she already has the next one. Pop it up, barrier deployed. There it is. It's
And
like,
that,
what do you
like I
do?
said, this all depends on your team comp as well.
If you break
Orisa
Reinhardt's
can
shield,
be
now I
countered.
understand Reinhardt has. I'm sorry.
Orisa can be countered if your whole team focuses the shield. But the only problem with that
Mm-hmm.
is you're not going for picks. And even if you do focus the shield, I say you can destroy it in 5 to 6 seconds. So you have 3 seconds to be able to get in there, get a pick with whatever character that you want. and that's all the time you get. And then you have another 6 seconds to break that next shield. And that is, keep in mind, that is if everyone is focusing the shield, not just if like a couple people are. That is if everyone is. So if you have two people who are fighting someone else and can't focus on that shield is gonna be ready as soon as that shield goes down. And this is really bad because it makes Reinhardt not obsolete, but just not as viable. Reinhardt is a
Mm-hmm.
moving shield, and that's the only reason he's viable. If Orisa had a moving shield that had 900 health, then it would,
She'd be better than that.
yeah, she'd be better than Reinhardt. And that's
And on top of the fact that you said
and
they'd have to focus the shield, that's not including if she ults or does her little orb and pulls you all together to slow you down a couple seconds.
yeah, that isn't including that. Yeah, she has a well-placed orb. You fucks up your shots. That's an extra half a second. And I know that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really I
Buys her
know that
time.
doesn't seem like much, but half a second is everything. In in a top 500 standpoint, half a second is everything. If you fuck up at all, you will get punished for it. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Orisa just does not have a big enough punishment.
Doesn't really get punished.
Does not have a I don't know how to word this, but like it doesn't have a big enough punish time. Say she pulls
Room for error.
say you have 2.5 seconds to punish her. Now you run a
Yeah.
dive, doable. You run a pick comp, it might be doable if everyone hits their bullets.
Like,
And then keep in mind the fortify as well. In
mm-hmm,
two and
that's
a
what I'm
half
saying. Like,
seconds,
Ryan can't pin her.
if
Hog
you're
can't hook
trying
her.
to focus Orisa and she fortifies, as soon as that shield breaks, you will not be able to kill her in 2.5 seconds. I don't care how much damage you have. Fundamentally, you will not be able to kill her in 2.5 seconds with her healers healing her.
Because you can't CC her.
And now Hog cannot hook her out of position. Reinhardt cannot pin her. Um,
No. You can't stun her
I
with
mean,
McCree. You can't
maybe if you had a
displace
discorded,
her with Junkrat.
maybe if you had a discord on her and a Bastion slapping her with a Widow headshotting her, you might be able to kill her in 2.5 seconds. But
Yeah.
that is so incredibly precise and just
And
not gonna happen in a top
circumstantial.
500 game. I would say 95% of the time that will not happen. If you try to set that up, not gonna
I would
happen.
say 99.8% of the
Yeah,
time that would never happen.
probably. All right, let's move on from Marissa. I feel like we've made our
Fair
point.
is okay.
Fair is okay. On console,
Reaper's okay.
she's a little bit busted, and that's
Annoying, but I can aim
not
and
busted,
you
but
can
it's
aim.
only because of the aiming differences, and that's we shouldn't
I've
change
actually
her.
seen
She's balanced.
I've
We'll just go with
actually
that. I
seen
don't want
Fair
to
as
change
a
her.
pretty booty cheek hero, to be
Well,
honest.
yeah, in PC she is not that good because of the aim. I mean, if you're
Without
really
Mercy, she's really
no,
not that good because
no,
you can't stay in the air long enough without those
if
top
you
500 hit scans just
yeah,
boinking you in the head.
if you farm Mercy, she's doable. But if you don't have a Mercy on your team and you're running Pharah, I don't
There's no reason
no
to.
reason to. Reaper is in a
Nothing's
good
gonna keep you in
spot.
the air.
Reaper's really good.
Reinhardt's okay.
Reinhardt's
Reinhardt's
I don't
always
know.
okay.
Reinhardt's always been good. But we don't need to. Okay, but here's something I
Well,
should
are
say.
you?
We don't need to buff. Just I'm gonna throw in my 2 cents. We do not need to buff heroes because another one is broken. We should not buff Reinhardt because Orisa is better than him. And
Yeah,
that's just something I'm gonna throw in while we're on this topic of shields, Reinhardt and Orisa, right?
yeah.
Because if any Orisa needs to be nerfed, not Reinhardt needs to be buffed. We don't need a bunch of overpowered heroes. Instead, because not everyone's unless every single character was overpowered. We don't need that, and it's never gonna be like that. It needs to be a balance. Okay, Roadhog,
Revert
Revert
hog,
Hog,
old hog. That's all I'm gonna say.
hundred
That's it.
percent. Yeah, that's Old Hog was balanced.
Obviously, fix the hook shit, but like
Yeah,
once you do
well, yeah,
that,
you
then
shouldn't be able to hook
old
through Reaper.
Roadhog was fine. That's
Yeah,
it.
and the reason I say this is I understand everyone's like, oh, well, he can flank and then one-shot someone. That's because you are out of position. That is your
That's the point.
fault. The
You get
whole
hooked. You're yeah.
the whole purpose of Hog is to punish players out of position. You see a Genji or a Tracer, and you hook them. And you pull them in, and it's a one-shot. That
Boom.
was
There
the
you go.
point of Hog. Punish people who are put out of position and are not doing what they should be doing. And at where Hog is at now, you cannot do that because he does not one-shot. Now, he is playable
And
at
they get
this.
away.
Now, at this current buff in top 500, he is playable because your team will focus that pick. But in any other rank,
Right.
not playable at all.
And it's like you can't even like go out on your own. Like Roadhog used to be
No.
able to be like yeah, he can stick with his team, but he can also go out on his own and handle his own because he can pick the people, kill him. He can duel who he wants, maybe besides Reaper or like the Genji who knows what he's doing. But he can do that type of stuff. Pick who he wants, make picks. Okay, guys, I picked the Tracer. I hook her one shotter. But now he doesn't have that damage anymore, so he
Yeah,
can't go out on his own because he's just gonna get eaten alive.
I can't tell you how many times I've hooked a tracer and not one shot her with new hog. I don't play a lot of
It's
hog,
just annoying.
but it's just like if I pick
I
you
play
and
a
you're in
lot
a
of
bad
hard.
position, you should not be looking away. It should be your
You
fault.
shouldn't. It's a death sentence unless
Yeah.
you're a tank.
Well, yeah, obviously. Now soldier needs to be his drop off range needs to be reverted back at least
Mm-hmm.
75%. I would say because
I
maybe even more. I don't know
I
because
don't
his
know. It's just
his I don't play a lot of soldier, so it's hard for me to say
I don't
this.
play a lot of Pharah, so I wouldn't know how it would be like
I
to
I
be on the
have played
receiving end of that.
soldier, and I think he definitely need like a 20% range fall off. I would say ish, between I don't know 10 to 20. He already had really good range, and
Yeah. He has a self heal. He's got a rockets that
yeah,
do 120 damage.
honestly, I would say just take the range buff off. Honestly, I think he had enough
He really
range,
didn't
and with
need
the
it.
rest of his utility, I feel like he was in a good spot. I feel like now though, he's way too good for killing Pharaoh.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna go on to Sombra because I can
Revert
talk
to old
about
Sombra.
her for hours. Sombra now is broken, right?
Too good. Sombra was never in a bad spot in the beginning. It's because people didn't know how to play her or utilize. She isn't a DPS. She's a utility hero, and she will help you win team fights. She's
Yes.
not going to win the team fights. She'll
No.
help you win the team fights.
Okay, an EMP in a good team is a one fight. No one has
Hmm.
abilities. Yeah, you win the fight. It's not hard.
That's it.
But the damage buff, the recoil buff, or
The hack time
the
buff, that's
hack
way
time
too
buff.
good.
Yeah, and then the fact now that she's invisible forever, I understand the speed nerf, but speed isn't a factor when I can be invisible forever. Right?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
there is no point to having Sombra as good as she is. Now, if you're gonna revert it back to the old way, you need to make it to where her hack does not disable movement abilities. I've always said
Genji
this.
shouldn't not
Genji should be
be
able to,
unable to wall climb.
yeah, maybe double jump. I could see. I don't even know. I don't know how I would feel about the double jump, because at the same time, if you're a top of 100 Sombra and you can't hit a Genji who's double jumping around you with a hit scan at point blank
That's on
range,
you,
that's
Chief.
your fault. Okay? And now, but we should not make it to where Sombra can be easily picked up by a character. Anyone who wants to
Hmm.
play her in gold, in diamond, even in like masters. I mean, she shouldn't just be able to be picked up
Low masters.
below masters. You think? Yeah, she shouldn't just be able to be
Yeah.
picked up and played easily. I don't think
Yeah. She's not
sh
supposed to have all the kills. She's not supposed to have all the damage. She's
the
supposed
whole
to hack the health packs, help you out. When a team fight erupts, she EMPs. You're fighting a team who can only primary fire, and you team wipe them. She's not going to sit there and then have gold damage.
and then you
She
need to make it
shouldn't.
to where her heals give her alt charge again as well. If you're gonna, because she
Yeah,
needs to be
that's what
more
I'm. Yeah,
utility and less damage. That's the whole
damage.
point of Sombra is a utility character, not a picker. All right. Um, Symmetra.
I don't
Now,
really have a problem with Symmetry, to be
I don't
honest.
either. Honestly,
She just sort of exists.
with her new change, I think she's fine. Other than that, I really think
Same
she's
with
okay.
same with Torbjorn. I don't really have an issue
Honestly,
with Torb. He just exists.
I feel like they shouldn't have changed her alt, and they should still give her teleporter and shield gen, but they definitely should have changed her laser. That's the only thing I think I would change about Symmetra,
Probably, yeah.
because I think her alt is really bad now. I think Symmetra's in a terrible spot. I think they need to
Tracer's balanced, in my opinion.
Torbjorn. Torbjorn's Torbjorn. He's a good character if you know how to play him, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're throwing. Tracer, Widowmaker, those are
Balanced.
both balanced. Winston,
Winston's balanced as
Winston's
well.
balanced. Now, Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball is,
I would say maybe give Winston a jump pack reset, but his jump pack's already on like a low enough cooldown. But it's like
yeah.
maybe just to keep up with the flankers, he may need a jump pack reset. To be honest, in my opinion.
Well, honestly, I don't know. I don't play enough Winston to put my 2 cents in about this, so this is something that I would just I would just have to agree with you on. A jump pad cooldown would be
Yeah, but
good,
I
but
say that, but I'm pretty sure his cooldown enough is
his
low enough,
cooldown
so
is
that
like
may be
5
just me
seconds, so I
talking.
wouldn't give him a jump pad cooldown. Alright, Wrecking Ball is kind of
It's
busted.
8.
Wrecking Ball is pretty broken.
Hey, Wrecking Ball has too much going
Problems
for
with
him.
Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball
No
is
head
able
hitbox in rolling
to,
mode, that doesn't
yeah,
really be a thing.
okay, there needs to be a head hitbox in rolling mode of some sort. He needs to have a little circle that opens up in the middle of the ball that always stays in the middle of the ball. And then if you hit it is a
Hmm.
crit. Now the fact that rolling ball can swing with his grappling hook, slam down, and then get
Cause
out,
massive destruction,
yeah,
then mine.
yeah, massive
Get
destruction.
900 shield
So,
for
okay,
just.
your team is blasted apart right from the slam. He gets up, he
Hmm.
shoots. He gets a little bit low, but there's 6 people around him. He uses a shield, 900 plus health. And now he can use that to either A, get a pick if he's close
Retreat.
to one, or B,
Yeah.
retreat back to his team and just realize he just costed you 5 seconds and
Of
did,
nothingness, yeah.
yeah, nothing. And you died. He gained probably 40%, 30% ult, probably 30% ult.
He
And
bought his team time to move up if
he
he
did. He
got
bought his
all of
team
you.
time to move up. He did all these things and then just ran away. If you are able to do
And you
all
couldn't do
those
anything because you couldn't
things,
crit him in the head.
no. Now, McCree is a good counter to him, but I don't think because they're playing this character, I have to play this character. Now,
Hmm.
obviously, if there's a really good Pharah, that's a different story because she is 100% based in the sky. And she cannot do everything that Wrecking Ball can do. But if I want to counter a tank, I really don't know how to put this. Just continue. I want to think how I want to put this.
Wrecking Ball sucks. Hate him. He's not cute. Don't like the design of him. They didn't. I understand the concept they are going for it, and it's been done before, and it's been done better before. But the way Blizzard did it, pretty shitty, pretty dumb, pretty
I
dumb.
would agree with that.
Don't really like it.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is, in this video, you can see, hold up, you can see where this little circle is right there. That should stay there in the middle of his ball while he's rolling around. It should rotate around with the ball, and that should be his head hitbox. There shouldn't be one on his back though. It should just be on his front. Well, I don't know. Maybe there should be one on his back.
If
Probably should.
Bastion has to have a head hitbox in his back and he doesn't even have his actual head out while he's in turret mode, then
Then
Hammond should have one
yeah,
while he's
Hammond should
in.
have one too. You're right. Zarya is
She's fine in my
honestly,
opinion.
well,
I don't play Zarya, so
I don't
I can see that.
necessarily agree with her grab nerf, but I don't think it's a huge problem. I think they can keep Zarya how she is. Zarya's always going to be a fantastic character to pick. Always
Oh
get,
yeah, totally.
always. If you pick Zarya, there is never a bad time to pick Zarya.
Your odds of winning increase, basically.
Yeah, because
Just for the fact that you can wipe a team.
Zarya has massive damage output if you can use your shields correctly. And in a top 500 standpoint, it's not as easy to use your shields. You have to
Mm.
know who's getting focused, and you have to know when to bubble them. And then keep in mind, sometimes a healer's going to be getting focused and about to die. You have to bubble them. Maybe you only get 10 charge, but you save a healer. And you have to use your bubbles accordingly to get charge. Now, if you get charge, and Zarya does a lot of damage, but if the other team knows what they're doing, then you're not going to do damage, and you're not going to be able to. That's where it kind of comes in the counter. If you're a good Zarya, you're going to get it. If you're not, and even if you are, sometimes the team just isn't going to shoot your bubbles, and you're going to have to switch. And that's something, if the team messes up and shoots your bubbles, they should be punished because you get more damage and you're able to do more as a character. And then her grab is just fantastic. Her grab is, and I wouldn't say it's broken, because that's the whole
It's
point of
not.
Zarya. It's not
I
broken.
do think that some character like Genji and Tracer should be able to get out of it again. Like that should have been a thing. That should
I,
still be a thing.
well, okay, either that or they need to make it, because Mora can get out of it. And that doesn't make any sense.
And Reaper
Okay,
can too.
the fact that Reaper and Mora can get out of it, but Tracer cannot recall through time to get out of it, makes
Hmm.
no sense.
I
Genji,
also don't think.
I can see why Genji
Well,
wouldn't be able to escape.
okay, yeah,
I
because
can
he's really just
understand
bashing
it,
forward.
but if we're talking Tracer, Tracer should be able to get out of it, 100%. Genji,
I
if we're
I
going
also
based off
think
what I
that
said, I
for
would say Genji.
Zarya, this is just a personal pet peeve of mine. It's not really anything that's like the end of the world. I feel like for Zarya, for her to gain as much damage as she can at higher charge, her base charge needs to be a lot lower. It's really good for the fact of her gaining so much damage and then her having a base damage is decent within itself, I feel like, and it doesn't need to be that high.
Like
But
her
that's just
zero charge
me.
damage?
Yeah, her zero charge damage needs to be like borderline like
Like
two a
nothing.
minute.
But then at the same
Yeah.
time, I don't think her max cap damage should be changed. I just think it should increase more from zero
Oh,
charge.
she kills people in like 1.5 seconds max cap, but like
But like to
it's
get max
her.
cap and to stay max cap in a high rank is not easy.
I understand that, but it's more easier when team fights are breaking out and people are just sort of throwing
I
shit
understand
around.
that. I understand that. So I can
Zenyatta's
understand the
fine.
pet peeve. It's
I
not
think
a, it's not a
Zenyatta's
big
good.
problem though, I would say. It's
No.
something that is easily dealt with and not one of the fundamentally wrong things with the game. Zenyatta, I
Okay,
don't
he's
know.
alright.
He's alright. He's not the best in the current meta, but that's just because of what meta we're in. He's not broken, and he's not terrible either. He can still be used in the right hands.
Yeah, he's alright. He's okay.
Now, some changes they could do, I think, to make him more usable. Buff his heals, nerf his damage. Because he does a lot of damage, and if he's going to do more heals, he needs to do less damage. There needs to be a balance out of somewhere. That's what I think they could do to make him a better healer. Either that, if they want to make him more of a support character, not really, more of like a, not really heals the team, but supports the team, if you can understand what I'm saying. Give him 2 orbs of Discord, but nerf the damage that they do. Like,
I
if I throw 2 orbs outright, but the damage increase is cut in half, I feel like that would be more support, and I feel like that might make him better too. But this is all me just spitballing ideas. I don't know. I don't know the changes. All right,
Now it's time for me to rip Blizzard a new one
it is
because this
time.
is where we talk about poor decision making on Blizzard's part. Now
And Blizzard.
this
Now,
gets me.
before we say this, Jeff, I love the game you created. Played the shit out of it.
I do.
I
I do too.
really, really love this game. But right now, it is in the worst it's ever been. And I hate to say that
Genji is
because I
legitimately a top
actually
five
love this game.
greatest video game character.
Okay,
In my
you continue on what
all
you're
time.
saying. I have to go take a bathroom break.
Okay.
So you
Well,
just
in my honest opinion, starting off competitive, we're in season 12. Okay. We've had the same ranked rewards since season 1. That shouldn't be a thing. Now, I remember I remember seeing something about Jeff saying that they don't want competitive to be a necessity if you see something you like for a character, you know, to get like a gold weapon, you gotta get 300 wins to get, a gold weapon. That's fine. But they don't want, Jeff doesn't want more ranked rewards because he doesn't see it as becoming something. Let's say there's a Genji skin that you have to get for being diamond rank, and if you're below diamond, tough luck. And he doesn't want that to be a thing, which I can kind of see. But if there's no ranked rewards, there's no reason to keep coming back to rank. If you're not playing in the Overwatch League, or if you're not a professional streamer making millions, there's no reason for you to keep coming back to Overwatch competitive because you've been there once, you've been there 1,000 times. There's no reason for you to get on the grind for a moving spray that you've already gotten 12 times before. But for another gold weapon that you probably already have for every single one of the heroes and probably 12 more on your Smurf account and 4 plus Smurf accounts, there's no reason to play competitive. There's no incentive to play. Now,
no,
ranked rewards, well, I will give them the credit. Okay, it's kind of unfair for people who can't get them if you have to be a certain rank to get them, but it gives you something to strive for. It makes people play your game. It makes people play competitive. It makes League of Legends does it. Other companies do it. If you play ranked and you're top player, you should get a skin. You should get a top 500 Genji skin where his sword lights up with electricity because when you're top 500, it has that rank. It has
and then
that little
something else
static
that I
there.
want to add in really quick is Blizzard. It is the little things that we love so much. Genji, okay, love this character. Oh my god. All right, let's take for example Los Angeles Gladiator skin, all purple, purple shurikens,
Mm-hmm.
green
This is
tracers,
Nathan.
green tracers. Okay, now
Nathan
we're
needs it the
talking.
most.
It's the little things, Blizzard. Make them purple tracers. And while
If
we're
Blizzard,
on the concept of skins, Why is every skin event based? I want this game to be.
Oh, I
I
could
want
go in
this.
on this
Okay,
for
look. I want
hours.
this game to be. If okay, if someone makes a cool skin and people like it, fuck it, chuck it in there.
Drop that shit.
Drop it in.
That's
There's
more money.
no
That's literally more money.
like from okay, from a marketing standpoint, it's good. B, from any standpoint, it's good. It makes the gamers happy and it makes you more money. And I don't understand that. It makes them want to play. It makes them want to grind out and get those skins. And then also, now there should be event skins. I agree. Like Nihon. Nihon. I got Nihon the first time it ever came out in the summer games. Okay, but guess what? It's not rare because of the fact that it came back. Now I understand from a marketing standpoint, this is a fantastic idea. Bring back the skins, the rare skins that everyone wants. I understand that, but I think that your game will last longer if you have rare skins because it will the person that has that rare skin will truly want to play the game more because they can show off, they can flex, you know, if you can understand what I'm saying. You look at that character
What?
and you say, wow, this guy's had the game ever since it first came out. Like, the summer game shot like a month after it came out. This dude has had this game since the original. This guy's an OG.
That's when I. And another thing, I actually despise the fact that, like you said, they bring it back. But the second thing that I hate the most is that they made it purchasable. I watched a streamer drop over $150 just to get me home, and then have Blizzard make it 250 credits the next season, the next year.
Yeah, it's kinda, it's not fun.
It's
It's
a
not good.
stab in the
If
back,
you're
and it doesn't make the skin worth anything.
No, it doesn't. And that's something I don't agree with. Now, I heard what you were saying about gold and top 500 things. Okay, if you get top 500, I got top 500 with Zarya. You know, I would play this game and I would play Zarya more if I got a skin with the top 500 logo on its chest and your number that you got to underneath it.
Oh, I would play the out of that,
You
dude.
know,
If
okay,
if you gave me a Genji skin that had like, you know how his visor is like green? If it was like the color of Top 500, which is like kind of bright blue, and it had
bright
like
blue.
lightning bolts that like showed out of the side of his
Yeah,
visor, oh my god,
and like think about it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up Genji really quick. Like, what if
I
all
would
these
kill
little
for that skin.
all the little holes had like little bits of sparks coming out of them. It was a blue
Hmm.
skin with some cool blue shurikens with blue tracers. Had a top 500 logo. Of course, the skin would be a darker blue, and you got that bright glowing blue top 500 symbol on your chest.
Like, look at
That
carbon fiber
shows,
and then just imagine electricity coming out of it.
yeah, I mean, electricity coming out of this with a top 500 logo printed on the chest. That's all that you need to do, and that would show that you are a good player. And I mean, people can look at your
Yeah,
career profile and see that, and they will see that by your skill. But having that skin, that's something to grind for and to want to attain that is only able to get by the best players. Who doesn't want that? Like, I have let my account
that's
decay
a
because I
reason to
do
compete.
not care about this game. The
I don't
grind,
anymore either.
there's no point of grinding competitive for me. If I wanted to in 1 month, I guarantee you I could get back to top 500 if I played. But what's the point? I hit it. I don't get extra rewards. I get a moving spray that I already have.
That's what I
So
told
so
Nathan. That's
why
what I told Nathan.
why would I go? Why? There is no point for me to want to be any better.
There was a point. I don't know if Nathan's side can hear me, but there was a point where I was in top 500 and Nathan was actually trying to get there. And I remember telling Nathan, once you get there, you're gonna lose faith in the game. Like you're gonna lose will to play the game anymore. Because once you've been there 100 times.
I
It's
told
not
I
worth it. I
told
would have
Gabe I told Gabe I said no it's not. I'm gonna love the game. I hit top 500.
no.
I hit
Once you get there,
after
you
I hit
lose it.
top
You just
500. There's no point. Why do I play anymore? Okay, unless you're genuinely super competitive and you want to be number one. But the number of people who are like that are extremely low. Let's take DeFran for an example. DeFran was the best Overwatch player that has ever existed, in my opinion. This man was 5,000 SR, quit playing the game, didn't want to play it. There's no point. What do you do? What do you do? Nothing. You are the
if the
best player
best player doesn't want
in
to
the
play anymore,
world.
then it's like
You're the best player in the world, and there is no incentive for you to play other than enjoyment. But if you and and then he just nonchalantly comes back like 6 months later, #1 in the world again, and then just quits playing again. Like
That
that's a
just shows you how easy the
that's a
game is. And that's not a
problem.
bad thing. That's just
No, it is it's a problem that we don't give these players that have been playing since the game came out, who have grinded this
anything.
game, who have worked their ass off to become the best players around, and then we're just saying, okay, well, you did it. Congratulations. Here's nothing. And
Here's another moving spray. Here's another moving
yeah,
spray.
another moving spray to show what? Jack shit. It doesn't do anything
Everybody has a
for
gold
me.
weapon. I literally don't even run gold weapons on my characters anymore because they don't mean anything. Like I literally took them off all of my characters.
I
I
want
think
you to.
besides
Okay,
McCree.
I have three gold weapons on my Smurf account, and I have like 6 on my main account. Gold weapons are not special to me anymore. I spent gold weapons on Brigitte. I obviously don't give a shit.
I
I
have
don't
one
even
on Tracer. I don't
play
play
Brigitte.
Tracer at all.
I bought one on Diva. I don't even really like Diva. I don't play Diva. I'm a good Diva, but I don't enjoy her. I bought one for Ana. I like Ana. But like I said, if I am to the point
I'm
to
with
where
the
I am
Winston on my
spending
other account
my comp points on just bullshit
as
for
jokes.
golden weapons that don't matter, it's literally like, well, I have all my mains now. Oh, I'll just buy a meme one. Might as well buy Brigitte's because she's broken. Like, that's
That's yeah,
something,
like that's not
that's
okay.
the, if that's the incentive that we have to try to get better at this game, it's not good enough.
It's not worth it because we already have the game knowledge. We already know everything we need to know about the game. Now, what you need to give us is skins for characters, and it doesn't have to be top 500 characters. You can have a
Doesn't.
less cool skin for Diamond, and that's achievable by anybody. Somebody can get Diamond,
Yes.
that's fine. But if you got Diamond, maybe you get a weapon skin, but not the actual skin itself. But maybe you get like, you know, I don't know, a fucking highlight intro. And a top 500 highlight intro would be so cool. Did you? Oh my
Exactly.
god.
Okay, you know what'd be really cool? And just take this for example, an emo, a top 500 emo. Imagine you, Genji, does like a fucking back. Okay, I would say puts
I
his
had the
he
perfect
listen.
idea
No,
for a
look,
top 500 email.
he puts his hands together, does the little peace thing. He sits down, and a top 500 logo just appears above his head with his number, with your number, the number that you worked hard to get, that you grinded and played. They need to
I
make
think,
more incentives to get higher up, and it doesn't have to be top front. Like Gabe said, it could be diamond. It could be.
yeah, even for people who have like smaller goals, like that aren't as good. And, like for
There
a
still
Genji emo, he
needs.
could take like his dragon blade out, and his dragon could like spin around it, and then he could carve like the top 500 symbol in the air, like he could like slice it really
Oh my
fast, and then it would
god.
like make it imprint. You know, like the Orochi execution on the new one, where how it like slices and then it's red and it flashes. It could flash the symbol and then your number in the air.
Oh my
So he pulls out the
god.
dragon blade. His spirit dragon is spinning around him. He does the little slashing thing. It makes like a
That
lightning
I
bolt
would
sound.
play this game,
Boom.
and then make a new one. Make a new one for every season. Get a different skin every season. And if you want to change the way the top 500 logo looks on your character because like the color scheme, do it.
Hmm.
It is not gonna matter to the top to players. It's not gonna matter to diamond players. It's not gonna matter to master players, grandmaster, top. It doesn't matter. But just because I understand and want to make it a campaign, a lore, and that lore can
Fair for
be there.
everybody.
But this is not a campaign game. This
Oh
is
God!
not.
Why would you go in depth with all of these characters? Give them such rich backstories. These characters have such individuality. These characters have heart and emotion, but there's no single player. It's a multiplayer only game, and you don't tie it to anything besides animations and comics. And while albeit the animations are good, it's not enough. They're 10 minutes. These characters need films. These characters need backstories. These characters need their own individual missions. It's a lot to ask for, but if you're willing to put that much effort into just giving them a backstory, put that much effort to give us more.
Oh my goodness, you're telling. Oh my god. The backstories of these characters are fantastic. Like Hanzo, the person who he thought killed his brother, and his brother comes back and he's alive and he's changed. Oh my god.
And Hanzo can't come to terms with that, and
Yes,
then he's got to
he's
sit there
like
and think,
all the time.
does he really forgive me for what I've done? That I've killed him out of cold blood because our father said so for a clan that has crumbled now for this point that doesn't even exist anymore.
And then Soldier, let's look at Soldier. Soldier is supposed to be the rough, tough. I kill the bad guys over anything. I'm mentally, like I was
A
injected with a bunch of stuff.
vigilante.
I'm a vigilante. I'm a criminal, so in a way. But then in the strip, he chooses to save the girl over getting the bad guys. It
He's gonna
shows.
have
It
to
shows
overcome
character.
the
It
the
shows
the
how.
dilemma of who
And
he
then, oh
wants to
my
be as a
God,
person.
don't even get me started on Reinhardt. Oh my God, Reinhardt having to live with the mistakes he made in his past.
Of
Always.
killing Baldrick.
Oh my God, I'm getting like chills right now thinking about it. This is fantastic. Blizzard, the backstories that you have created for these characters are just bewilders me how you can do it in
They're
10
good. They're
minutes
great.
and in
They are
simple
great.
comics. Tracer, the person who
Poster
failed,
poster
could
girl
not,
game.
the, I can't remember his name, oh my God, I just blanked, dude.
The
The
what?
Omnic Peacemaker, Widowmaker killed him.
Mendata?
Yeah, Mendata, that's it. Mendata died because Tracer failed. And then on top of that, the backstory of Tracer, where she was experimenting. She was a pilot. Before any of this happened, she was a pilot and she got fucked. The thing blew up and she was stuck in time relatively. I don't know exactly what you would even call it. And then Winston comes along and helps her and does all this stuff. That shows character of Winston. And then Tracer, after all that shit happened to her, she doesn't fucking sit there. She joins shit and she helps and she fights against Widowmaker and Reaper. The the the
Yeah.
backstories of these characters are fantastic. Blizzard, give us a
And
single
and all
player
they do
or
is
at
give us
least
the fucking
10-minute things. And don't get me wrong,
the dumbass events.
I like the 10-minute things. I like the events, but Blizzard more. And I understand
You
that
can't be
it's
like,
it's
oh,
a
why are you
lot.
being so greedy? Don't ask for more.
It's a lot to ask for, but I genuinely think
After 3 years of this game, you
if you
can
were to
put more into it.
that's what I'm thinking. If you were to put the time into this game, I think this game could still be fantastic.
One of the best
One of
games of
the
the
best
last
games
decade, in my
ever
opinion.
created. I think it is. I think it still has potential to be so. But at the rate it's going right now, it's going to die in the next 2 years. Maybe probably sooner.
Obvious. And back on your ass, Blizzard. Don't think I forgot about you. What year is it? 2018? This game came out in 2016, the summer of 2016. Tell me why I'm still seeing Halloween Terror. Tell me why when I press play, go to arcade, Junkenstein's Revenge is still there with the same storyline. You need to fix that. Tell me why. Tell me why, Blizzard, that you use the same game mode every single time. Because you're
It has
uncreative, you have
been
no original ideas, and you don't think of anything new.
Junkenstein. I mean, think about it. Junkenstein. What happens if instead of focusing on Junkenstein, we focus on the witch? Or we focus
It's
on
the
the
same story. It's the same story.
It
Nothing
is the
digresses.
same
Nothing
thing.
moves forward.
What if instead of Junkenstein's Revenge, we put the witch? We have to fight the witch or something in a different scenario, and maybe this is
A
before the
different
witch.
map, a different
A different
something.
map. It's gotta be more. And I know this sounds terrible, but it's the same stuff, and it's repetitive. I played this the first year it came out. I played all of the game modes the first year they came
I
out.
played this
From
shit day
A,
one.
I'm pretty sure I did too. I didn't play beta. I played day one though.
I didn't either.
I played day one, and it was one of the best. It was just
This was
fantastic.
I've there has never been a from May 24th to about November of that year, there was never been a single game that I've devoted so much time into playing than Overwatch. I
And then
would eat, sleep, and breathe this game. I would play for 12 hours a day,
let's
watch streams
let's
until I
look at
went to bed, and then I would wake up and do it again.
let's look at my career profile really fast. Now I was not the best player when I started out because I grinded. I wanted top 500. Season 1, 3 hours, didn't play. Let's take a look at season 3. We'll skip over season 2. I didn't play very much during this time. I wasn't into it. I was into my Black Ops. But let's take, for example, Season 3. 84 hours in a 3-month season. Still not that much. But then let's see it go up. 171 hours. And you can see my grind is beginning to pay off. Season 5, 128 hours. Season 6, top 500, 32 hours. Now let's take a look at the decline. 22 hours, 17 hours, 9 hours, 7, 7. And then I haven't even ranked this season because I don't see a point. And now, it's just, oh my goodness, dude. I have never loved, I'm with Gabe, I've never loved a game so much to actually make a long-ass video talking about it.
Ranting
I want
about it.
this game to be good. Blizzard, I am putting you down. I shouldn't even say I'm not. I am putting you down. Because you have
At
turned,
this point, I'm literally bullying you.
yeah. You've turned,
Nothing's changed. It's the same
it
game modes.
is.
Quick play, competitive, game
Okay,
browser.
if you're,
No
okay,
camp